All right. So we're going to start out with some breathing drills. If you have a chair, coffee table, couch nearby, something to set your feet up onto, you can also just place your feet against the wall. Legs are bent at 90 degrees. Pressing through your heels, you're going to take your fingertips on your hip bones, sliding your fingertips in from your hip bones. You're going to breathe in, pressing that breath down into your fingers, and then exhaling completely through your mouth. It's a long, slow exhale, like you're blowing bubbles. From here, we're going to extend both arms straight up, and we're going to lift our hips just a couple inches off of the ground. We're going to inhale through our nose, and as we exhale through our mouth, we're going to reach through our right hand. So you're slightly lifting that right shoulder off of the ground. We're going to do this for 5 full breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth as you press through your right fingertips. When you're done with 5 full breaths there, we're going to drop the hips. We're going to slide that step out of the way. Grabbing that foam roller, we're going to lie on our sides, resting our head on the foam roller and pulling our knees into our chest. Placing both hands together, palms together, and your hands are stacked on top of your knees. This time we're going to inhale and reach at the same time. Exhale and pause. So it's a shorter reach. Inhaling and reaching. Exhaling as you stop moving the hands. 5 breaths on each side. So you're supporting your neck, palms together. After 5 breaths on each side, we're going to put the foam roller to the side. We're just going to roll over onto our backs, hugging your knees into your chest. You're going to pop both knees over to the right side. Keep those knees stacked and your left arm extend straight out from the shoulder. Eyes follow the left fingers. With keeping those knees stacked, you might not be able to get that left shoulder to the ground, and that's totally cool. Coming back up to center with both knees and then dropping them over to the left side. Right arm extends, looking out over the fingertips. Coming back up to center. While we're here on our backs, we're going to drop our left foot to the ground. Right ankle crosses over the left knee. Clasping both hands behind your left knee, you're going to gently pull that in towards you. We're then releasing the hands and planting the left foot. Both hips shift over all the way to the left until the right foot plants flat. Here we want to keep both shoulders on the ground. Coming up to center and switching sides, left ankle crosses over the right knee. Both hands clasp behind the right thigh and pull it in. Releasing the hands and dropping the right foot. Hips shift all the way over to the right until your left foot plants flat. Shoulders on the ground. We're coming back up to center here. Picking up your knees. You're lifting your hips just a little bit to get your low back into the ground, and both arms are extended. We're going to do 5 dead bugs on each side. So you're bringing opposite hand and foot down to the ground without losing your low back. Back up to center and switch sides. You could do this with straight legs as well. But as one arm comes down, we want that other arm to stay reaching up. All right. And then from here, we're going to roll over. In a quadruped position, we're then going to push our hips back towards our heels, extending our arms into a child's pose. Walk both hands over to the right as far as they'll go and pause for a breath. And then walking the hands all the way over to the left side, breathing into it. Bringing the hands back to center. We're going to round through our upper back, shifting ourselves forward. Hips come down, chest is up, shoulders back, looking over one shoulder and then the other. We're then going to press through the hands, opening up the knees a little bit to press back into a frog, to open up through those hips. You can kind of gently rock side to side in it if that feels good and like it's doing some good for your hips. Or you could just gently lean back in it. And then again, rounding through your upper back, shifting forward, hips down, chest up, looking over one shoulder and then the other. And do that one more time, pressing back into a frog. And then rounding forward, hips down, chest up, looking from one side to the other. And we're going to press back into a quadruped position. Shoulders over the hands, hips over the knees. And here we're flattening our back for 5 bird dogs on each side. We're extending opposite arm and leg, pushing through your heel and your fingertips back down to center and switch sides. Really concentrating on maintaining a flat low back and not arching. After 5 on each side, we're going to tuck our toes and pop up into a down dog. Straightening your legs, you're pressing your head through and pushing your heels into the ground. Right arm reaches back and wraps around the left calf. Pausing for 1 second. And then switching sides, left arm reaches around the right calf. back to center. We're going to lift our right leg, and we're going to pull the knee through your hands into a pigeon. Your left leg extends out behind you. Pressing the hips down into it, we're folding forward over our right knee. We're sitting back up into it. Hands come outside of that right knee. Retuck the left toes, and we're going to press back to a plank. From this plank, we're going to push back into a down dog. Lifting that left leg, and then pull the left knee between the hands into a pigeon. Right leg is straight out behind you, and folding forward over your left knee. Okay, so today we have a mobility and recovery day planned. And it's going to look a little bit different than our other recovery and mobility days. We are going to do an ascending to descending pyramid. It's going to be okay, I promise. It's not going to be quite as fun as a 12 Days of Christmas, but it's going to be a little bit more intense than a flow. So what we're going to do is a 20-second plank. You can do this in an extended plank with your shoulders over your hands, feet are together, glutes are on. I'll time that plank for all of us together. Or you could do it down on your forearms, whichever one feels better for your shoulders. 20 seconds there. We then have 2 inchworms. For your inchworms, you're starting standing tall, reaching for the toes, walking the hands out to a plank. And at the bottom, you're just going to give me a scapular retraction. Walk the hands back in to walk them back out again. That's 2. For 4, we're going to do a banded over under. A band is the only equipment you need today. Banded over under, starting in front. Arms are wide, coming up, all the way back, touching your butt, and then back forward. That's 1. I'm going to do 4 of these. 6 is a shin box extension. We're sitting down with our feet planted in front of us, and our knees are tall. We're going to push our knees over to one side. So I'm pushing my knees to the right. My right hand plants behind the hip, popping up on the knees. That's 1. To center, switch sides. That's 2. We're doing 6 here. 8 is a prying squat hold. Feet are wide, and you're coming into a deep active squat. Right arm presses into the right knee, left arm rotates in, that's 1. Switch sides, that's 2. We're doing 8 altogether. From that prying squat hold, we then have 10 cat-cows. Quadruped position, inhaling as you arch the back, exhaling as you round and tuck the chin. That's 1. We'll do 10. That's 2. And then we're going to go back down to 8. So now 8. We have a reaching bridge, planting the heels, popping the hips up, and pulling your shoulder blades in. Right arm reaches for the right heel. Left arm reaches overhead and across the body. That's 1. And switch sides. That's 2. You have 8 altogether there. 6 is a gorilla squat. I need a new name for this one. If you think of a good name, let me know. So this one, we're coming into a deep squat, grabbing our toes or our ankles, popping the hips up and down. That's 1. That's 2. So you have 6 of those. 4 is an X band pull apart. So taking a band, we're going to hold it at an angle. Left arm's up, right hand's down, pulling it to your chest and then switching sides. That's 1. That's 2. 4 there. 2 sit-out tripods. Sit-out position with your knees hovering right behind your hands. You're going to bring your bottom foot through, planting your foot flat. Pop the hips up. And then other side. That's 2. And then we have a 20-second hollow hold. Starting with your knees hugged into your chest to get that low back in the ground. We'll tuck the chin and raise the shoulders and extend through the arms and legs. Breathing here for 20 seconds. You do not need to remember all of that. I will walk you through all of it. I think we're going to go through the circuit twice. I think that's manageable. What do we think? Any questions, modifications needed? Nope.
Looks good.
All right. Here, I'm going to plug this in so that we don't lose the battery halfway through. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a sip of water because that was a lot of talking. And then we're going to start. All right. We are starting with a 20-second plank. And go. Feet together, glutes on, remembering to breathe. And resting. We then have 2 inchworms. So we're walking the hands out to that full plank. Just squeeze the shoulder blades together at the bottom and then walk back in. From your 2 inchworms, you have 4 over-unders. Hands wide on a band. You could also sub a towel or a broomstick for this if you don't have a band. Nice work. So that's 4 there. Coming back to the ground for our shin box extension. Feet are hip width apart. Popping the knees over to the right. Right hand plants and the hips come up. That's 1. Switching sides. Here's 2. This is a pretty slow and deliberate movement. Thinking about pausing in each station of it. Right. Nice work.
Is that one 6 on each side or 6 altogether?
No, it's 6 total. So 3 on each side.
Got it.
And then we have our prying squat hold. Wide stance, staying in a deep active squat, turning into one side, that's 1. Switching sides for 2. We have 8 total here. All right. And then coming into a quadruped position for cat-cow. 10 total. So that is 10 looking up towards the ceiling and arching. And tucking the chin and rounding the back. There's 1. 2. Moving with your own breath. Right. 10 total, and then we have 8 reaching bridge. This is 8 total again. So we're lying on our back with our heels planted, shoulder blades together as those hips pull up. Nice work. We then have our gorilla squats. Feet are wide, squatting and grabbing our toes. Press those knees out and stay on the outside of your feet. And then pop the knees up. And then back down. That's one. We have 6 here. Ooh. And then we have 4 X band pull aparts. That's 1, 2, 3. Here's 4. And then 2 sit out tripods. So there's 1 on each side. Planting both feet flat. And switching sides. All right, and then we have a 20-second hollow hold. So we're rocking back, hugging your knees in. We're going to start here in 4 seconds. And up. And resting. Nice work. That was 1. Okay, just breathe and pull it together. We're going to drink some water. My lovely husband snuck in a fresh cup of coffee while we were warming up.
Aww.
Right?
Good man.
He is a good man. All right. All right, so we're going to do this one more time. We're going to rest for about a minute here. And when we do this the next time, we are going to do everything for the full reps on each side. So we have the 2 inchworms, 4 over under, 6 shin box extensions on each leg. We have 8 prying squat holds on each side. I think that's gonna be the hardest one. And then your 10 cat cows, that stays the same. Your 8 reaching bridge will be 8 on each side. And you have your gorilla squats and band pull aparts stay the same. And then your sit out tripod will be 2 on each side. It'll only take a little bit longer.
Perfect.
All right. We ready to start this next one? Just 20 seconds here. You ready? And up. Feet together, glutes on. Thinking about pressing your shoulders down towards your waist. And resting. We now have 2 inchworms. Reaching for the toes and walking it out. Just squeeze the shoulder blades together at the bottom and then walk back in. And then grabbing our band for our over-unders. Just trying to get some space in those shoulders. Maybe separate our shoulder blades from our neck. That's just 4 there. And then our shin box extension. So this will be 6 on each side. Knees drop to one side, popping up, pausing, and then switching. Remembering to breathe and really thinking about pressing those hips through. Ooh, all right. We then have our prying squat hold.
Is it crying or prying?
It is technically crying, but we call it prying. We're just trying to pry those hips open. This is 8 on each side, so stay active. Don't just sit down on those calves. Yeah. This is a whole lot of time under tension. And then 10 cat-cows. So inhaling as you arch and drop the belly. Exhaling as you tuck the chin and round the back. Right? And then we have 8 reaching bridge. Again, it's 8 on each side. Pressing through your heels and pull those shoulder blades in. Right. We then have our 6 gorilla squats. Wide stance and either grabbing your ankles or your toes. Deep squat with the chest up. And then straightening the legs and letting the head hang. And back down. and 4 X-band pull-aparts. Trying not to bend the elbows here. Then we have 2 sit-out tripods on each side. Planting both heels, popping the hips up. You could also reach your arm overhead or straight to the ceiling. Isn't doing it for you. Nice work. We're going to finish up with our hollow hold. Just 20 seconds here. Starting in 3. And up. And rest. Oh, that's it. That was way quicker than when I ran through it on my own. Nice work.